So, we're very much a U.S.-centric world, right? But it's now a different world, like you said. Things are changing, but I find in terms of clientele and prospective clientele that we're splintering. There was a colossal funk here, but some of the early movers and some with risk appetites are already getting, actually doing very well. And then you get others who either have been burned badly or scared or just risk adverse because of their personal situations, are fearful and continue to be fearful. But they, of course, we'll have to see some more evidence for them to sort of gain some confidence again. But
Well, a lot of it's a question of timing.
it's time.
That's timing.
Sure.
If you try and market time, you may end up with something. You may not. That's
Sure.
an interesting comment about the F-150s and the Priuses down.
Yeah.
Because there just isn't buying it. I cannot see. I intend to turn that Jaguar pickup truck out in front into an electric vehicle.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one of the things I want to do this summer. But doing it at a time when energy has fallen, et cetera, if we don't start getting some more windmills in BC and so on, it's going to be really silly. We've got to do that.
Well, I don't think the green environment. Actually, I have a great respect for the chairman of Ford.
Mm-hmm.
He is Ford's actually the only company, American
The
car
only
company, is
North
not taking
American
any money.
company that's not taking any
The
money.
fellow that runs it, Alan McCaley is his name, and he used to be the chairman of Boeing.
That's right.
And they hired him 3 years ago to take over.
Out of the blue.
Yeah. And he's done a wonderful job with that thing. But they have the second best.
Do you want to talk to them online?
They have a second best selling car in Europe.
Yeah.
They're introducing the Fiesta in China this year. They'll be introducing the Fiesta. But he made a comment, it's a clip I saw the other day, was where he was asked it was a Wall Street Journal conference.
Yeah.
And it was on a green conference. And he was asked by one of the journalists, journal people, about their makeup of their auto production. And he said, yeah, well, we're going to change the focus a little bit. We're going to build more fuel-efficient cars, and we promise you every year it'll be a bit better as we grind towards, more fuel efficiency in a greener sort of environment. He said, but, we'll keep the balance of we'll build mid-sized vehicles, we'll continue to build trucks and so forth and so on. And of course the question came up, well, why would you want to continue to build trucks? I mean, this kind of stuff. And he says, well, we're going to service every market segment. I mean, we're in this phase now, but we're not going to, we're not going to exit the truck business. We'll sell Volvo, which they're doing, but I had a piece on my blog and I entitled it "Cool Under Fire." This guy was just a very, very impressive man, and of course, since that interview 3 weeks ago, and I blogged it, and I put the video clip up on my blog. It's if you're interested, it's www.blog.cbankcapital.com. So just blog.
Yeah.
And I posted on there. Ford was at $1.70. Do you know what Ford is today?
$3.20.
Just a hair. It was $3.95. $104. So we built some small positions in risk tolerant accounts.
Yeah.
But the reason I bought it was the confidence I had in this fella steering that company. Outstanding. And so early returns are being made. I mean, I recently just that I'm not recommending these stocks. I mean, I would never recommend stocks publicly unless I had, talked to you about your particular situation. But just along with the car business, I like the story of Tata Motors.
Oh yes.
And they introduced the Nano here a couple of well, you could buy Tata here at $3.75 US dollars, and I'd actually put some in my own account. And Tata closed today at $6.60.
Oh really? Yeah.
But they introduced the Nano, and the Nano is so popular over there, they haven't got enough production capacity to satisfy the demand, so they're holding a lotto to lotto off these Nanos. There was 400 young engineers that worked on this Nano, young guys in their 20s, and guys and girls and so forth. But again, if you go to the company website and see the video of the chairman coming out and how proud he was of this little vehicle and his dream to bring the people's car to market, And the young people who were involved in designing this and putting it together, his buttons were bursting off his suit. It was such honest pride,
Yep.
right? It was pride of delivering a solution for the world, right? And I was impressed. I thought, I'm going with this guy. And and it's turned, and I think, ultimately, I mean, it's been a great double in the stock. I mean, who knows, maybe it's the very beginning. As you probably know, the other thing guys like Tad are doing is they would go and buy Jaguar. They need a worldwide distribution network.
Yep.
So as you said, somebody said, well, why would you go buy something like a Jaguar? Or these kinds of uses? Well, we need a worldwide distribution network for our vehicles and so
They've
forth.
already got one.
And rather than starting it from scratch, we got one ready made, and it's 75% off sale. What more do I want? So astute visionaries, So, anyways, that's the fun I've had in the auto business here in the last month. It's been superb.
I like it.
Yeah.
There's some amazing things out there. There's a battery called Axion Power that stores about 6 times more
Yeah.
power than a conventional. It's a lead acid battery, but instead of having 2 metal poles, now I got to remember which one. One is still the lead pole, and the other one is a carbon thing, which allows it to charge and discharge 5 times faster type of thing. So it's a high energy, deep discharge, lighter than, because it's got carbon instead of lead. And
The advances are being made. It doesn't seem like
it's got a
it.
20 times life cycle or some such thing as opposed. And I've been following it down there. I haven't put any money in it, but I should have, I think, because it's going there.
Well, there's technological advances even within the current environment, and even since the tech wreck of 2000. The technological advances, even Richard, I mean, you've seen this, right, in terms of the speed, the capacity, the changes in the internet and stuff. The world's moving forward, whether it's medicines or technology and so forth, and opportunities do abound, and there will be super investments over.
And there's going to be things that come up. The stupid part about it is that the jobs that are going to be the best jobs 10 years from now, like they haven't even been thought up yet.
Well, it's like, who's the new Google, right? I mean, they've been talking about Microsoft being yesterday's news and Google being the new Microsoft, and now they're saying, who's going to be the next Google? Well, who knows how to find those guys, but
you have to be open.
You have to be open and, keep it, look forward, not backward, I guess. Is
something like that. Well, I think that I consider myself relatively sophisticated in all this stuff. And you're telling me what you did about and I've known what an ETF is for a whole long period of time. But until tonight, I did not recognize its superior. I just have thought of it as a funny mutual fund.
Right.
And I did not recognize that it's going to knock mutual funds out of the
pretty much.
back.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense that a mutual fund would survive.
And what you're seeing, as we talked about earlier,
mutual funds have gone through their cycle.
Is the big fund companies, where it emanates is comes out of the U.S., of course, and Vanguard is one of the leaders, as you know, in the fund fidelity and the business, are already ETFing their funds.
Yeah.
So basically, they're just changing a methodology of distribution. They're listing them on the exchanges. That's the way they'll be distributed, and the actual fund will kind of disappear like the dinosaur, I suspect, over time. Yeah.
I think that's an important thing. And, I've got an F-150 down there. Only I paid $600 for my 83 F-150. And that's what I like. But I'm willing to spend about 12. I'm researching batteries right now because I'm determined to turn this Jaguar into an electric vehicle.
Okay.
And when I get it finished, it's going to go 200 miles an hour. It's going to do the quarter mile in 11 seconds. And it's going to cost 5 cents a kilometer to drive.
Perfect.
1 cent for electricity, 4 cents for battery replacement. And it will cost about.
And how are you going to generate electricity to power it?
Well, I might even put a windmill on top of the house, but no, solar cells can be used to recharge.
Well, they're even better. I mean, the solar technology, as far as the effectiveness of solar cells is getting better and better.
I have one solar cell. I don't remember what it is. 900
kilowatts.
Yeah.
Not even watts.
Yeah, 900, and